Wait, what? Insider Twilight details going down right here on the Daily Buzz. I'm Hyla in Hollywood, and you're watching CelebBuzz.com. Just over a month until the final film in the Twilight saga hits theaters, and joining me in studio is Noel Fisher, one of the new vampires looking to cause some havoc in Breaking Dawn Part 2. What's going on, man? How are you?
Good, man. How
are you excited for this madness?
Yeah, I'm stoked.
This is the first one of the franchise that you're in, if I'm not mistaken, right? So have you seen the carpets? Have you seen the madness that goes down when they roll out the carpet for these films?
Yeah. I went to the first part one. I got to go to the premiere, and that was an intense experience. The Twilight fan base is I mean, unlike anything else.
How is it different?
Really
Obviously the frenzy, but kind of talk about being in the middle of it, being on the other side of that rope, if you will, and seeing it from that perspective. Because you've done a lot of high-profile shows from like Shameless and Hatfields, but they don't have that type of frenzy that comes with Twilight.
I mean, Twilight is like, it's a cultural phenomenon. Like, that's how to describe it. It's this massive thing. So it's a whole different ball game. The only carpet I've ever been on that was similar was the MTV Movie Awards. Again, just like, and it's a lot of.
That's a combination of a bunch of different things.
Yeah, and I mean, but yeah, the energy level is, I mean, it's unbelievable, and like the love that's just getting thrown at you is it's a lot. It's really
okay, so when we go to the movies and we're looking for you, what are we looking for? What are you doing? Tell everybody how to spot you.
I have really, really white blonde hair in it, and I'm a 3,000-year-old vampire.
Obviously not hanging out in the sun very often.
No, not as him or as me.
Not in real life or on screen.
I have a theory that's why I booked it. They were like, you know what, we're not even gonna have to put him through makeup.
No, exactly.
He's gonna save
money,
us half an hour every morning.
For sure. So you play. That's all I can get. Is you play a vampire?
Play a vampire. He's one of the only two remaining Romanian vampires. The Romanians were basically the rulers of the vampire world a long time ago, and the Volturi came along, and basically the idea is that the Romanians wanted to keep vampires pure blood. They didn't want to have these people with superpowers being brought in and be turning into vampires, and because of that, the Volturi turned all these superpower people into vampires, and because of that, they were able to come and just kick our heads in, and so we're kind of choked about it.
Okay, now obviously if you're a fan of the series, you know what's going on in terms of you've read the books, we know how this ends, but what are some things that maybe during production that you can share with people that they may not know about Twilight, or maybe some of the actors that you had a chance to work with?
Oh, well, I mean, that was
behind the scenes moments, if you will. Yeah.
One of the best things about kind of my experience with Twilight was just that, I mean, it's so big from the outside. It's this massive thing, and you get there, and you really start to understand very quickly that it's just this group of really genuine, cool people. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because he's British, but Robert has like a wicked sense of humor, as most Brits tend to. I don't know why that's true, but that's true.
It's called a dry humor.
Yeah, and
we got a couple here that work on the Celeb Buzz staff, so we have to deal with it.
Yeah, and they're just, he's great, and Kellen is one of the most sweethearted people, and really everybody. Facinelli is hilarious, and that was my biggest thing, was walking into this group of people that have been doing on this ride, this pretty crazy, intense ride, and they just did a really wonderful job of creating a vibe where everyone was stoked to go to work and have fun, and there's 20 some odd new characters, including myself, that came in, and they really went out of their way to just make sure it was like we were all welcome, and it was just a lot of fun. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Now, how do you guys deal with some of the drama that's been going on with Kristen and Rob, and you're approaching this film? I know the film studio, it's a headache for them. Everyone wants to focus on the film, but so many people want to focus on them. How do you guys deal with that as actors?
I mean, I try, and just in life, as a rule, I try not to really be involved with things that I don't know anything about, or have much of an opinion about something that I'm not involved in and I don't know anything about. So I mean, it's not my thing, it's not my place. So I'm excited about the movie.
Do you think it's going to affect the franchise at all? How are fans taking to this? Because obviously your team this, your team that. How do you think it's going to affect the movie once it hits theaters?
I think people are going to love the movie. I don't think that that's an issue. I think that it's going to be wicked. I think the fans are going to love it. I think that Bill Condon did a really great job of expanding the world. This part of Stephanie's book That's my favorite part about it, is that it kind of does that same thing that the Harry Potter world does, just expands in this really cool way. And this is the main book that you get to see that in, and I think it's just going to be awesome, man. I think
two other projects I want to get to really quick. Again, they have that cult following, not as big in terms of 12-year-old girls screaming their heads off, literally, but still equally, you're getting Hatfields and McCoys. So much Emmy love.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean, it's got to be great for a show that you're working on to get so much critical acclaim. So you got this big, huge project that a lot of people are watching, and then here you're getting all the respect from the industry insiders.
It's been a crazy year. It's been a crazy year for me, man. It's been really exciting. I obviously had never been to the Emmys before. 16 nominations, going with something for the very first time to the Emmys with that kind of heat behind it was really wonderful and really exciting and insane. But it was, I got to work with, I grew up wanting to be an actor, and I want to work with people. You watch Kevin Costner movies, you watch Bill Paxton, you watch Tom Berenger, Mare Winningham, you watch all these really wonderful people who are just amazingly talented at what they do, and then you get to step onto screen with them and meet them and work with them. It's like a
and then drink with them at the after party.
Yeah, exactly.
Get down with Bill Paxton. That's gonna be your job.
I've had a few beers with Bill Paxton.
I would hope so, man. That's
awesome.
gonna be a good conversation.
It's a good feeling.
And then finally, Shameless, which is a TV show, Showtime. You guys are killing it. Another one of those that fans are obsessed with.
Yeah.
You guys are shooting right now, right?
I
always
shot
see
yesterday.
Emmy Robinson. She's on her Twitter or Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
Showing pictures. Where are you guys in the shooting process right now, and what can we expect for the upcoming season?
We're shooting the second to last episode right now. I was literally working yesterday. I washed all the black out of my hair and got my swearing tattoos scrubbed off for this interview. But no, it's really fun. We have one more episode after this. This season's going to be insane. This season's going to be nuts. You get to find out a lot more about my character and kind of why he is, a step away from a psycho, and he's like that lovable psycho, which is an odd combination of words. But you get to find out a lot more about that, and it really. Shameless is really good at taking you on a roller coaster, and this season, this is like the Six Flags of roller coasters for the season. It's gonna be crazy.
This dude Noel, he's blowing up. I think you guys need to check him out. I think if you just flip through your TV, at some point you'll land on one of his projects, so it's all good. And if you want to catch up on the latest breaking stories right now, just head on over to celebbuzz.com. Thanks, dude.